Dear friends, have you ever faced moments where words felt too heavy and prayers seemed distant? Those times when discouragement weighed on your spirit, leaving you searching for the strength to speak. I've been there, and in those moments, when my heart felt too burdened to form the words, I turned to the scriptures. One passage became a lifeline for my weary soul, Psalm 92, a song of gratitude and praise that lifted my heart and reminded me of God's steadfast love. Today, I want to share its peace with you as we reflect on the comfort it brings. Psalm 92, 1-4 begins with these beautiful words. It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your steadfast love in the morning and your faithfulness by night, to the music of the lute and the harp, to the melody of the lyre. For you, O Lord, have made me glad by your work. At the works of your hands I sing for joy. These words invite us to pause and find rest in the goodness of God. No matter the storm you face, this psalm reminds us to give thanks, not because our circumstances are always easy, but because God's love and faithfulness endure beyond the trials. When life feels overwhelming, let this psalm remind you, God's works are good. Even in seasons of uncertainty, His hands are shaping beauty from chaos. His love is unchanging. In the quiet of the morning and the stillness of the night, His steadfast love surrounds you. His presence renews, like a refreshing oil poured over a weary soul. His Spirit gives you strength to rise again. Psalm 92, 12-14 offers another promise of hope. The righteous flourish like the palm tree and grow like a cedar in Lebanon. They are planted in the house of the Lord. They flourish in the courts of our God. They still bear fruit in old age. They are ever full of sap and green. This is a beautiful picture of resilience and growth. You are not forgotten. Even when the world feels harsh, you are rooted in God's love, growing stronger with each passing day. So, today, I encourage you to let your prayer be one of gratitude. Lord, open my heart to see the blessings you've poured into my life. Help me to rest in your faithfulness and trust in your plan. When my spirit feels weary, remind me of your steadfast love that never wavers. Give me a heart of thanksgiving, and may my life be a melody of praise to you. Take comfort, dear friend. You are not walking this path alone. The Creator of the universe watches over you, guards you, and holds you close. His faithfulness by night and His love each morning are reasons enough to rejoice. You are seen, you are loved, and you are cared for by a God who never sleeps, never falters, and never leaves. Let Psalm 92 remind you today, the Lord is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in Him. Breathe deeply, rest fully, and trust completely in His goodness. When we take a moment to reflect on the words of Psalm 92, we're reminded of the unshakable foundation we have in God's love and faithfulness. It's in His presence that we find rest, no matter what life may throw at us. His works are greater than our understanding, His thoughts deeper than we can fathom, and His love steadfast through every trial. This psalm beautifully paints a picture of resilience and divine protection. The righteous flourish like the palm tree and grow like a cedar in Lebanon. They are planted in the house of the Lord. They flourish in the courts of our God. Psalm 92, 12-13. Think about that for a moment. A palm tree stands tall and unwavering, even in the fiercest winds. A cedar grows strong and enduring, its roots digging deep into the soil. These are not just poetic metaphors. They are reminders of what God calls us to be: steadfast, rooted in His word, and thriving under His care. So as you journey through life, let this psalm be a declaration of your faith. When you face adversity, whisper these words: Lord, I trust you. I am planted in your house, growing in your courts, and flourishing under your care. Even when you feel weary, God's promise remains: you are never alone. His love surrounds you, His strength sustains you, and His faithfulness carries you. Take heart, dear friend. Your trials are not meant to break you, they are shaping you. God is building something extraordinary in you, and through it all, He is your rock, your protector, and your greatest source of peace. There are moments in life when our plans fall apart, disruptions shake our routines, and delays seem endless. In these times, it's easy to feel disheartened, but what if these interruptions are not setbacks, but divine redirections? What if, in the stillness of waiting, God is whispering, "Not yet, my child. I have something better in store for you." Life's challenges are not meant to destroy us, but to refine us. Sometimes, God places us in situations that test our strength, not to leave us in despair, but to grow our faith and deepen our trust in Him. Every trial becomes an opportunity to lean on His promises and let His grace carry us through. As children of God, we are never abandoned to face life's battles alone. The Bible reminds us that the Lord is your keeper. Psalm 121 verse 5. He guards us with unfailing love, shelters us with His presence, and holds us as His treasured possession. The God who created the heavens also watches over you with tender care, guiding your steps and protecting your heart. When the weight of life feels too heavy, remember this truth: you are loved by a God who works all things together for good. Even in adversity, He is shaping you, preparing you, and building a faith that is unshakable. So take a moment to breathe and pray. Lord, I cannot overcome life's trials on my own, but I trust in You, my refuge and strength. Even in this season, I know You are working for my good, leading me toward Your perfect plan. Thank You for being my keeper, my guide, and my unwavering source of hope. No matter what you face, His love remains steadfast. His plans for you are good, and His presence is your greatest assurance. You are never alone. Rest in Him, for He is faithful to the end. Take heart, dear reader. Whatever you are facing today, know that you are held securely in the hands of a loving Father. He sees your struggles, hears your prayers, and is working all things together for your good. You may not yet see the destination, but trust that the path He is leading you on is one of growth, peace, and eternal joy. Let your prayer be one of surrender and gratitude. Lord, thank You for walking with me through every valley and celebrating with me on every mountaintop. I trust Your timing and Your plan, knowing that You are always for me. Teach me to find peace in Your presence and strength in Your promises. As you move forward, carry this truth with you. You are never alone. You are deeply loved, and the God who began a good work in you will bring it to completion. Rest in His grace, trust in His goodness, and flourish under His care.